Okay guys, so here we are. We're back here at our lexmoto. Again, one of my favourite bikes, these Diablos. I just think they look stunning. Now, we've addressed the shrapnel issue. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to flush it out plenty of times. With an engine rebuild like this, we had no choice but to break it down originally to actually see what was going on, yes? Now, putting it back together, if we're being really fair and honest, it's easy enough because it's kind of Lego or you know, something like that. You just kind of follow the rules. But you take your time. Torque settings are quite important. I'm going to use some thread lock because I'm not great with torque settings and I'm not sure how good my torque wrench is. So I use a bit of like I said, thread lock, and get it all pieced back together and turning by hand. That's your kind of step one, all pieced back together, turning by hand. Hardest part of this project for me is getting the shroud on this side on with the engine, because it's a pain in the arse to squeeze on without it. That's the plastic shroud, and that helps the engine stay cool because it's an air-cooled engine, this one. There is no water coolant, so the fan over there sucks the air out, I believe, or pushes air in around the plastic shroud. It's that plastic shroud we're talking about, and that helps the engine cool down, especially with the slightly bigger piston. Yes, it's important. So getting that shroud on is one of the first keys. See down here, I've still got some gasket left. Scrape that gasket off. See, it's there, it's green. That has to be scraped off. It has to be flat. You have to take your time with this stuff. Then I think set up the piston and the rings, and ideally set it all up in the head. I'm going to show you what I mean, and then we're going to kind of slide it all down and in, and I'm going to try and put the pin in and the clips while it's all in the head and set up already. That's the aim. It doesn't always work like that. It doesn't hurt to put the piston and rings on there and then put them in through the cylinder either. I'm going to use 2-stroke oil when setting this up, so 2-stroke oil for so when we kind of first turn it over and start it up so it scrapes around. We've also got a kickstart to get it moving around as well. And I'm not sure at this stage where top dead center is, so I'm going to have to relook that up online when we're at that stage. So for now, clean off the old gasket, put the piston together. I think I'm going to put the piston on separate, guys, and then I think I'm going to put the head on with the new gasket and squeeze it in, pop it down, and then we've got the first main part of this done. Take your time, there's no rush, be gentle with everything, and you should have a good compression bike at the end. Let's get going at least. So guys, when you're putting on the oil collection rings, that's these ones, it comes in 3 parts. You'll be tempted to put the bottom ring on and then the oil catcher and then the top ring. It doesn't work like that, okay? You have to put the oil catcher system in first. That's the middle bit in here. That's the grill bit, yes? And then you slide your rings around it, top and bottom. Have a look around, make sure it's all in and good, make sure it's all fine. It's got a specific job to do, okay? Then we need to find what the second ring is. I think the black ring normally goes on top, and it's normally any writing you've got goes up, and then so you've got this one here, that's the silver one, I believe that's the second one, and then there's a black one, and I believe that's the top one. I am going to double check online to make sure that's right. I could be wrong, but we will have a piston that's ready and set up in a minute. This is where we need to start getting out our 2-stroke, bit of 2-stroke in here, bit of 2-stroke on the pin. Put one of your clips in the piston, so put one of these clips inside already on one side, and then when you put the pin through, okay, it will stop. It won't go past that pin, and that helps you out massively. So in a minute we're going to have a piston on the bike with rings, making sure all the gaps are at different places so there's no air leaks. and then we will be putting the new gasket on and sliding down the cylinder. I do need to double check what ring goes at the top. Okay guys, so I was wrong. The black ring is the middle one. Now these rings, they seem to sit quite loose, but of course they haven't been compressed yet, so you compress them and they catch. Now look at these gaps here. You see how these gaps here are, see that? We don't want that, we want them on opposite sides. But then there are also two gaps. There's one there on this little one, sorry about this angle, and then this one somewhere else. Basically all four gaps need to be in opposites, so you're going around the clock. The main thing is that the two big ones aren't next to each other. I'll just put them on other sides. So we do not want that. We want it like that. But then check that you're also not on another gap. So check both sides. There you go. And then that piston, I'm going to put one of the clips in. This is where you need to look at your bike, guys. So I come here, I look at the bike, and I can see now, right, that I've probably got more room on the other side to put the needle in. So I'm going to put the one clip in on this side. It says in here, intake. That's obviously where the opposite the exhaust. Yes, intake. In is intake. So that goes up. The piston goes like this. That would normally say EX or something, but that might be Chinese for exhaust. But in is intake, so that goes towards the intake. That's up because the carb is up there. Okay. And then the exhaust is down there. That's exactly how it sits. I can show you that. Hang on a minute. Here's the barrel here. There's the barrel. So that goes on. It's exactly like that. The exhaust is down there. Yeah. So intake up there, exhaust down there, and this will go in like that. However, of course, we have to do, like I said, we have to use some assembly oil. I'm going to be using 2-stroke, and I think I am going to. What I meant was, guys, you could push this in now, like this. And then work it all down together. Put the gasket on, of course. Work it all down together and try and put the pin in. That is an option. I might try that actually. Or you can put this piston on, work this down, and then kind of compress all the rings and force it in. That is also a technique that works. I've done both in the past. Sometimes forcing it in, then putting it down and getting it all to line up is difficult. And then other times it's not. So it's a bit of a yeah. It's a bit of a hit or miss. I think I am gonna go through the putting it in so that I know all of the gaps are separate. So I know that that bit's done properly, with some 2-stroke, of course, again. And then I'm gonna try and work it all down and do the pin. But that does become. You've only got this much space. Look, guys, it does become a bit tight. But they are the next steps. Put the left pin in. That's this one. That's this one here. That way the pin clip even. Then when we put the actual pin in, it won't come out basically. So they're the next steps. Okay, guys. So here we go. Piston in. All the rings are set up like this. We put our gasket on here. Okay. You can see all the red 2-stroke in there. That's for first turnover. Now, you slide this down, make sure the chain tensioner is all kind of set up in there. And again, gasket, I am putting that on, it is here next to me. And then you just kind of work it onto the piston, line it all up, put the pin through, and then that's the hard part done. Yeah, that is the hard part done. So it will look something like this. So you'll be like this. You've left just enough room to fit the pin here, you see. And then it will slide on exactly like that with the gasket on, of course. Line it all up. Check on your old engine, see if there's any dowels. There's one dowel, I believe, needed for one of these as well. But it will basically go on like that. I'm just checking these all actually do line up now. Could you imagine getting this far and they don't? Yeah. Actually, they don't look. Am I missing something? Come on. I don't know if this does line up, guys. I need to double check this. You shouldn't have to squash it like that. I need to check the bolt holes. Maybe your scooter parts didn't only let me down by waiting 2 weeks. Maybe they let me down by telling me that this was the right part. It doesn't seem to line up properly. I'm going to have another look. I'm going to be pissed pissed if they've done, if they've messed me up again. Because I spoke to them quite a lot about what part was needed. And they assured me that this was the right part for this bike, because this isn't a fuel injected bike, because we've got a big fat carb there, and that was the only thing they said. If it's, I gave them the exact bike, as long as it's not the fuel injected version. So let's see what's going on here. Let me find the old part and see if they line up. Right guys, so I think it's workable. This bit's tough. You've got to get your chain through and hooked up again. You've got your piston on. You've got to line up your piston and your crank here. Get it to a stage where you can put the pin through. You've got to put the pin through, and then you have to put your clip in on the other side. This bit's tough, guys. This is why some people go down the old put the piston on first route, which I might go down if this doesn't work. Again, plenty two-stroke oil in here to make sure it doesn't wreck on the first spin. If we can get that all lined up, which is bloody difficult, we then seat this gently down. The gasket is on there. We get it all seated. Make sure that the cam chain is within and under its carrier. So I'll sort all that out after. That'll be on top of there, and this one is up and in. I don't even know if that's in right now, actually. Is that in? Yeah, it is. I can see it. It's there. That's fine. And there, just make sure that's all kind of lined up at this stage. That's the key. It's nice and slow, guys. You take your time. You work it all out, yeah? It can be extremely frustrating. If you find that this system's not working for you, taking the cylinder back off, putting the piston on separately, making sure that's all buttoned up properly, and then sliding this cylinder on is probably your friend at that stage, because it's not that difficult. Just compress the rings and kind of make it work.
It's got steering wheel.
Alright guys, so there's 3 of us here. Sultan's chatting so much crap. Gurjan's here. That barrel didn't fit, guys. It's as simple as that. It didn't fit. It wasn't the right size, and you don't need to put it out. The carb's there. It's pretty much loose.
Where is the carb?
Where's the carb? Look down.
I can't see. It's dark. It's dark.
So annoying, guys, that it didn't fit, because you'd have to squash these in, and that it wouldn't work. Even after asking them if it fits or not. So I've messaged them now. I swear they need to send me out the right part or refunds. It winds me right up. I would, if I'd order it off my own back, then that's fine. Then I make a mistake. I asked them. I tried to buy the wrong part apparently, and they said no, this is the part you need. And then they kind of told me to buy that part. And then I paid next day delivery and waited 2 weeks for delivery for a part that doesn't fit. It's just crap. It's just not good enough. Anyway, Sultan was really chatting so much crap that I had to save Gary and give Sultan a task. So he's going to pop the 50cc carb off that little Vespa there, or I've got the new exhaust for this bike. So we got 2 options, guys. See if this is a runner, because we've done this is kind of. What do you mean it's halfway off? It's still on, isn't it?
I mean the screw's halfway off.
Should we pull this off? We don't even need to bolt up the exhaust. We can just hold it there and see if it starts.
So we want me to screw it back on? The screw.
Why, are you tired?
No, it's literally halfway on. Do you want me to tighten it back up?
I'm giving you the option. Do you want to pop the carb off and see if the DNA starts? Or do you want to chuck an exhaust on this and see if it starts? When I say the exhaust though, guys, like, I'll just hold it there.
Just to see how it works.
Just to see if there's enough back pressure that it starts. I'd love to hear this start, because I did the engine swap. Alright, let's do that. I'm going to go and get the exhaust.
Is there any petrol in this?
Yeah.
Oh, then
yeah. Why, you want to get high? Yeah, pull this out, or leave it there. I mean, it doesn't matter.
It's a bit loose now, so let me just tighten.
Yeah, just nip it back up. I'm going to go and get the exhaust. It's a brand new exhaust in the box, brand new. I'd love to know if this fires up, because I changed the engine myself. Right, I'll be back in a minute. And Euro scooter parts, you need to sort your crap out. Right guys, Sultan's doing an unboxing. This is a brand new exhaust for that bike. Brand new exhaust. What are you doing? Right, we need some distance. Why have you come closer?
It's an unboxing video.
Alright, stay where you are though, you're on camera.
I'll tell you now, yeah, if we put unboxing in the title, you're going to get about a couple thousand views.
What?
Yeah, everyone loves unboxing.
Unboxing an exhaust?
Yeah. put that in, I guarantee you're going to get at least like 5,000 views or something like that.
Alright, I'm actually going to call this unboxing. And we're going to
Moped
see.
Vespa, you're definitely going to get views.
No way.
Because remember your Suzuki Bandit headlight video. I remember I typed in Suzuki Bandit, your video came up, one of the first results.
Yeah.
So you just got to title it as an unboxing. But yeah, hello, hi. Here's the unboxing. Let's see. You got to indulge yourself to the viewer. All right. Here's a paper with Charlie's address. Here's some paper. And here is the exhaust. And here, it's a bit warm.
What?
It's warm.
Warm?
It's warm.
It's been inside the house.
No, as in, it feels really warm.
It's you.
No, it's not me. It's
It's a DNA. It's a moped that looks like a motorbike. Quite cool. Yeah, this is for them.
Might as well give you a view of the actual exhaust. I was thinking, oh my god, he's got a Scorpion or a whatchamacallit,
Especially with that paint.
Delkovich or whatever the hell it's called. But instead, he's got plain Jane. I don't know. Anything special about this exhaust?
So it's a SIP exhaust instead of a Vespa exhaust because it's a SIP engine. That's it. Yeah, because that's a SIP engine, 4-stroke. It should be a 2-stroke engine like this, but it's just as good and it fits. I think.
You think?
I don't know.
We don't know. It could
But I know if you watched my video a couple of weeks ago, that made popping sounds like it was about to start up. My theory is that with some back pressure, that will start up. Right. Well, we're going to test my theory now, aren't we? All right, let's pull the bike out so we got some room.
some support.
So, technically now, there you go, lovely. Right, Salsa, give it some kicks, man.
Hang on. Why is the key not turning? There you go.
Right, give it a couple of kicks. Or a few kicks. Dude, kicks! Kicks!
Kickstand.
Yes!
I don't use mopeds, man. I don't even know what half this stuff is.
Whoa, easy. Wait, don't break it. You're so rough.
This is the first time I heard that.
You should be.
Alright, just let me know when.
Right, hang on now. Right, go on then. What's wrong with you?
I don't know how to do this.
What's wrong with you? I don't get it.
I don't know kickstarts on mopeds.
Just press down.
Alright, press
Pressure.
down. Pressure.
Like that, yeah. Like some decent pressure. Get it back to the top.
Not rough enough. Decent pressure.
Get it back to the top. Come on.
Alright.
I am laying on the floor. Why are you even facing the wrong way? Turn around.
Is it this? What is
Yes,
this?
yes, that's it.
Alright,
Yes. Thank you.
There we go.
Yes,
we go.
more of that.
It's the first time I ever kickstarted anything, by the way.
And they are like just like a married couple, I swear.
Pretty good, anyway.
It doesn't sound great, does it?
Is it me or is it the actual bike?
I don't know. Go on. Alright, wait a minute. I feel like it needs some power. Oh, it has got some. Right, swap. You do that. Hold that up a little bit. It just needs to be like that. Yeah? Just exactly like that. Got it?
It's not in the actual.
Yeah, it is up there, isn't it?
It's not in the actual thing.
Up there it is, isn't it? You don't need the bracket on.
Oh, okay.
But is it in where it should be?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, see? Yeah, this is gonna start. I can hear a gap though. Can we get that? Can you gap it a bit more? Make sure it's on straight.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's close. Stay there. Stay where you are. It's gonna start. Yes, we got it. Yes, we got it.
Ah, fuck, Mark.
What?
Don't worry, carry on.
Sounds like an engine to me. I'm just going to do the idle a little bit. You just stay on the floor.
Morning.
Alright.
Morning, afternoon.
Hello. Afternoon, innit?
Yeah, afternoon now. Afternoon.
Afternoon.
I'm in the rubbish stand.
Go on.
Got in.
Every time.
I'll get clever at this now. Oh, that one's gone. Oh, getting it done.
Sounds like an engine.
Yeah.
Don't!
I'm holding it.
Yeah, we know. Just wait there a bit, it needs warming up.
I'm holding it.
You obviously left a gap there, mate.
I'm not, I'm literally holding it right now.
I can hear the gap.
Hold on,
I can hear the gap, man. Represent. Useless.
Should we fasten it on?
Fastening it on would be a good idea.
Ah, fuck!
That's an engine.
How about now?
Yeah, that sounds good. It don't like any revs at all, though. Yeah, that sounds great. You're getting warm.
It's getting hot. Ooh, it's getting really hot.
It don't like any revs at all.